Hello and welcome to Menace TCG. In today's video, we've got a lot to get excited for because there is some brand new Riftbound cards that have been revealed for us to take a look at. So after they've been released for a couple of days now, I've had a chance to look at them, play with them, and get excited about them. So let's have a look at them and see how they work. Here are 6 of the cards that was released. We've got EKKO, Daruis, Block, Cleave, Dangerous Duo, and Mushroom Pouch, and we'll get into those individually, starting now. So, first of all, we're going to look at EKKO, and EKKO is probably one of the most strongest characters we have seen in the game so far, with a might of 5, a cost of 5, and a power of 1. He has Accelerate, so you can bring him in costing 6, and when he dies, you recycle him, so he goes back into your deck. He doesn't die, and you ready your runes. That's fucking absolutely insane for a character that costs 5, does his stuff, so he's going to come in, take a base. Gonna have to deal with him. He'll die. You recycle him, ready all your runes, and then you can play out cards. It's not as crazy as you think because you're recycling them in your opponent's turn, probably. But let's say you put him out there. They don't kill him, don't deal with him. You play a card that can kill him itself. Then you can, you play loads of cards, use all your runes, kill him yourself, ready all your runes again, and play some more cards. The possibilities of EKKO are going to be very good. We currently don't have any way of killing him in the 2 blue decks that can play him. There might be ways that come out. There might be ways to do some direct damage to him and remove him that way. You can have 2 units fight in yellow, so maybe that's the way to go and try it that way. In 2v2s, you could do that. You could get your opponents to kill your friend to kill yours, and then you can play even more runes. That's actually pretty exciting in that. But yeah, EKKO is very definitely one of the standout cards for this first set. It's going to be decent and it's going to be played in a lot of decks because of the threat he poses. Second on the list is the Daruis champion unit. You can use him in conjunction with Daruis as your main character, and he has the Legion effect. When you play me, ready me. He's a 6/6 and recycles 1 when you play it, and other friendly units where he goes, because when you're playing him is ready, get +1 here, which will affect his it will not affect himself, sorry, because it's other friendly units. But yeah, Daruis is really good. He's very strong. He works well in the Daruis archetype. You're going to be using him maybe as your main champion unit in the deck, just to have access to him whenever you need it. I can see this card being very good, and the alt art for it, and the art for it is very, very nice. So next up are some more generic cards like Cleave. This is a spell that costs 1. It is an action, so you play it in your turn or on showdowns, and you give an unit Assault 3, just +3 power, straight to the face. For 1 card, for 1 rune, it's very good. Is it a free of in a deck? You can make like a 2 cost swing in for 5 and kill something with 5, and you can maybe cost 3 and they cost 4 or 5, so you can get some very valuable trades with this. You can swing up as well, like adding it to a Daruis, making him a 9, so you can swing into big things like Volibear and all that stuff for like 3 or 4 less than him. Very good trades with this card. It's a trading card. It's costing 1, put it on a low value unit to swing into higher value units and get some really good trades out. The problem is later game when you draw into it and you have no units or no reason to use it, and it's just for an assault, it's not a reaction. Makes this card probably fairly decent, not amazing, but actually very good to be in a character that will be attacking and assaulting a lot and will have the required to use it. Yeah, it's pretty good. See it in Daruis. Yeah, Daruis is probably the place we play. It is his axe after all. But yeah, that's probably the place where you want it, is in Daruis. And maybe Kaiser, it depends on how heavy you go, but that looks like a more of a spell casting. But it is a spell, you can get it back, that kind of thing. So yeah, maybe. Up next is another red card. Now, we didn't get a lot of red cards on the first original day, so now we're getting a couple more. And this is the Dangerous Duo. Pretty cool card, very nice art. It's a 3/3. It has Legion. When you play me, give a unit +2 this turn. Now, it will see itself because of how it plays, because it's when you play me, so you play it, and it can play itself and do it on itself. Obviously, that's not great. It does make it a 3/5. but it's going to be stuck in your base unless you can move it from your base onto a battlefield. It's pretty good, right? It's a free body with a buff for the turn. It can help you a lot, but the problem with it is you need a unit that's already in play, a unit that's going to move to a battlefield to fight or to cause a showdown. Play this first. So it means you need to play something before this to play this to buff whatever you already had down. And in stuff like Daruis and stuff like that, their Legion effect is that you play them ready. So it's going to take some playing. It's a decent card. It's got a nice buff. It's very well costed for what it does, but I don't know if it's going to make the cut into some decks when there is a lot of better other options within them. And we only have 39 card deck pools. Could be a very good sideboard to go into decks where you know you need a bit of more oomph on your smaller stuff that is going to come in ready and they can defeat them. So moving on to a gear card, this is a blue card. This is a 2-cost gear mushroom pouch. And at the start of your beginning phase, if you control a face down card at a battlefield, draw a card. It's a Teemo card, right? It's a mushroom pouch. Teemo generally has stuff down at a battlefield. The problem is it's the start of your turn. That means they've had a turn to maybe play cards, force your hidden cards to reveal. So it's probably decent. Teemo does suffer from very low card draw, gets rid of cards very fast, plays 2 or 3 cards a turn because they're all low costed or cost nothing sometimes. Gets a few things back from his Guerrilla Warfare card. But yeah, Mushroom Pouch might be decent. It just depends on how aggressive your opponent is being. It's probably going to be a card use sideboard for slower decks, stuff like Volibear, not Darius, they bring out maybe Kaise where they're playing spells anyway and just removing you that way instead of moving you through characters. Leona, Lee Sin, characters that aren't really challenging the battlefield early. And yeah, you can get some draw out of it that way, but I don't know if it's going to be what Teemo needed. And finally on this list is a Lee Sin card. It's actually very good. It can't be played in set, but it's a very good card. This is a hidden card. It's a 2-cost spell with the action. It's an action as well, so you can play it as a reaction. So somebody doing stuff like in a showdown. You give unit shield 3, which is you get +3 whilst you are the defender. So it's very good as a reaction card for something like Lee Sin, where you leave a lot of stuff on a battlefield going into your opponent's turn. And then it gives it tank as well, so you could buff this onto a town or Lee Sin. I don't know about the tank part because generally Lee Sin leaves 1 or 2, but maybe this is good in the Leona deck as well. This can be played in the Leona deck. I don't see this being a bad thing in the Leona. The Yasuo, maybe. I've not tried it in my Yasuo, but I did play it in my Lee Sin deck just for like that big buff when people are trying to remove your Lee Sins, or if you don't want them to proc your Hourglass just yet, or you know they've got another thing to come and you can play this, keep your Lee Sin alive. Remember, all you're doing for this, if you put it next to your Lee Sin or what other card, mainly the Lee Sin buff and the Yasuo in Lee Sin. I like to run the 3/3 Yasuo Lee Sin build. You can put this next to them, and then somebody comes in, you give him +3. He's now a 9, that kind of thing, plus maybe a bit more because you've buffed him. He doesn't die, then something else comes in, tries to remove him, and you proc Hourglass, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's pretty good. I really like it in those decks, and it really does feel like a valuable card in definitely Lee Sin, maybe Leona, and I might try it in Yasuo later on. So that's all the cards that revealed as of recording Thursday night this week. We do have more reveals coming tomorrow night. I'll probably get around, sit and look at them, work out if they're good, bad, see how they're going to play, make a video on them afterwards. If you do like what we're doing over here at Menace TCG, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. We're trying to build the channel up. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.